Ready for the time?
I'm ready for you to call time.
Time. Welcome judges, thank you for joining me this morning at this fine SIL trade show. As you know, I've been given 10 minutes to taste the tea, and the tea that you've given me, I actually think it's a very high quality Taiwanese oolong. This seems to be lightly oxidized. I noticed it had a beautiful buttery element and also lightly roasted. It seems to be rolled very tightly, which suggests it's gone through numerous rolling processes. My guess would be that this tea is from a high mountain region, possibly Nantou, Darjeeling, or somewhere in that area. The Nantou prefect of Taiwan. It's definitely Taiwanese oolong. So, much like going into your favourite tea bar, I'd like you to feel relaxed and welcome. Know that I'm here to bring tea for enjoyment. I find tea is a communal drink. It's about bringing people together. And welcome here, Judge. So today I wish to share with you my own approach to brewing tea. During the brewing time, I actually found that the optimum brew tea for this tea was 4 minutes for the way I'm going to brew it. Notice that I'm using around about 5.5 grams of tea and a stick time of around 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Now notice I've just spilled some water there, just take note of that, right? A better way would be to lift the cup to them. Okay. So during that time I felt my version of tea infusion is to gain tactile and flavour balance. I wanted to bring out those buttery taste nuances. For me, high mountain oolongs, I tend to prefer to brew them at a slightly higher temperature for a longer period of time. Notice I'm using teapots in this case as opposed to Gai wines. And I will be serving you the first infusion on this occasion. When I did the taste test, I will be doing a rinse also. Notice that I'm preheating the teapots for you judges to ensure that your cups will be served to you with warmth. So then you'd say, maintain clean area, thank you. So, yeah, I'll be using the same amount of tea in both pots, 5.5 grams. We're using the same volume of tea per, I touch the tea, notice that's not a good thing. Because I spilled some water in the tray, right? So you're taking notice of that, all of that. Now the water temperature that I have brewing will be 95 degrees. Judges, you may wish to smell the tea leaves, Judge. Now notice that I didn't put enough hot water in, so the aroma hasn't come from it.
And also like it's dripping.
Yes, good. Taking note of all this. Good. I will be doing a pre-rinse as I mentioned, very short one. This will also help to bring some seasoning to, and also I want to have very hot pots for later. So I'm choosing to pour some over the teapot. Time. Judges, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the way that these smelling vessels are used. Essentially, I'd invite you, I'll be handing the tea liquor to you in these cups. These will be emptied once water as I get close to the infusion time. I invite you to place the cup on top of the infusion chamber and to turn it upside down. Then having done that, I'd invite you to smell the smelling chamber. This will give you a greater awareness or understanding of the aromatics of the tea. When I was actually brewing a tea, I actually found that there was a slight prune flavour, like in the aroma of the wet leaf aroma. That seemed to dissipate, however, in the cup. So in the cup, I noticed there was a slight astringency in the infusion, but a nice sweet. It was balanced with sweetness, and there was also quite a sustaining finish in the palate as well. There were slight buttery characteristics, but not dominant. It had slightly more high mountain floral characteristics. Again, not dominant, but gentle. It was more along the lines of I guess, medium body, as opposed to being a heavy body or full cup. And the way I'm brewing this as well is intended, you'll see I'm doing a long infusion time. I'm wanting to draw out more of the overall complexities of the tea, as opposed to purely just intensity. So I invite you to, as the tea cools, to take multiple sips as well. I'm just going to try. Tea for me is a time to take a moment to come into self, to be introspective, to be calm. A little bit about myself and the way that I've come to appreciate tea. On my first, I've travelled all through, actually now to about nearly 100 tea plantations through Taiwan, China, Japan, Korea, India and Sri Lanka. In that time I wanted to understand the philosophy and cultures of each tea. You'll notice that I've chosen to use a Taiwanese teaware set. This one's from Lin Family Ceramics. I found them to have very great temperature stability, and so with that temperature stability I've been able to draw out more of those taste nuances. You'll notice that from time to time I'll be smelling the teapots. What I've come to know is it's through the aroma of the tea that I've been able to identify the optimum infusion. I did start with an idea in mind, as I said. For me, your green teas typically, but not always, every tea's got a unique story, a unique journey. For a high mountain oolong that's been tightly rolled as this one, obviously the cell structure of leaf will be more densely bundled, so that's why I'm thinking that the infusion time is longer. For the lower oolongs of the north of Taiwan, where the density of the leaves is much less tightly bundled, or the cells are less tightly bundled, I find the infusion times to be a little bit faster, and in strip cell oolongs is also the case. I can already notice that some of the sweetness is coming through. This is a very good sign. And some of those beautiful buttery characteristics coming through right now as well. From cups, taking care not to touch the rim. Judges, your cups will be warm. First, take a note. How am I doing for time, Judge? Place the lid on top of the cup, like you're doing. Yes, like so. And grab them underneath. Perfect. Turn upside down. Yes. So like this, correct. Lift them up, smell the cup, and in your own time, please Enjoy the tea. Time.
How was it for time?
2 seconds left.
Wow. Right on it.
Thank you.